Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back to do another final thought on a book that I just finished. The name of that book is Deadly Price, and it is written by a good friend of mine, Nikki Mellado. You might know her from her booktube channel, Writing for Jesus. So please, if you're interested in this book by the end of the review, swing over to her channel and look for, it's called I Finished My Sci-Fi Novel. So that is a way to get a hold of Nikki or purchase her book if you're interested. This book is released in 2025 and it is a sci-fi novel. One other thing before I get into the review is that my buddy Graz from the GKBC Russian Network, good friend of mine as well, will also be doing a review of this book. So if you don't like what I have to say, go on over and see what he has to say. It's probably going to be better than this video, let's be honest. So we start off with our two main characters in modern day Texas. Wesley Price is the younger brother of Riley Price. They are upstairs in their room. I believe they're 16 and 18, so they're living at home. They hear an explosion and some commotion going on downstairs, so they rush down to see what's going on. And they come to, I believe it's in the kitchen, and there's their mom on the floor, and they don't know whether she's unconscious or dead. And they look up, and the next thing they see is a very bright light, and that's it. So that's how this book starts. They wake up, and they find out that they've been abducted by aliens, that they are on a spacecraft traveling the universe, and they are basically like a modern day gladiator, just flying around in space, abducting different species of, I don't know, humanoids, people, aliens, and they are forced to fight. So the beginning of this book is basically Wesley and Riley being trained to fight. Um, Sometimes it's to the death, sometimes it's not, but that's basically what this story is about, is these two brothers trying to survive in this environment, knowing that they're probably never going back home, but not giving up hope, not giving up faith that they may make it home. But in the meantime, they are trying to survive. They're trying to take care of each other, and that is basically the story. It's them learning to battle, learning to survive. There may be a hint of love in this, maybe a little love story in here. I don't know. I don't want to say if there is or isn't. But yeah, I guess what I would say is this is a very quick read, very easy read, very entertaining read. I did feel when I first started it that it was more geared towards a YA, but Nikki really did a good job of kicking this thing in by the second half of this book, and I didn't have that feeling at the end. What I would say is if you're like a hard sci-fi type person, you need that, I don't know, nerdy type of sci-fi that needs to be true. You're not going to get it here. So this might not be for you, but if you're a casual sci-fi fan, I would definitely recommend this. There are a ton of like moral issues that they're dealing with. Um, not giving up on who they are. They don't want to become something new because they become calloused and their goal is to destroy. So that's about it. I don't want to give too much away about the book. I will say that I really enjoyed the book. I found it entertaining. I thought I had it figured out. Like I said, it felt like it might have been a little easier to figure out, but she threw several curveballs. She already knows she's in trouble for one of them. Uh, so yeah, I got a couple notes here because I just don't want to miss anything. Like I said, I believe I said this already, that this is the third book I've read, and I have to say, this is her best book by far. It's kind of fun. I don't want to get emotional here, but she is a good friend of mine, and it's good to see that her writing is improving, and I think she is able to get decent criticism and able to work with that. One of her first books, I felt like she rushed to the point, and I didn't get that with this book. So clearly, she took that into consideration when writing this, and honestly, she probably owes me a big thank you for all the advice I gave her in making this a great book. Okay, well, that's nonsense. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I kind of have all this. I've talked about Graz doing it. Tons of action, hint of love story, strong brotherly bond, great all around morals. These are my notes, people. These are my notes. Yeah, I've already talked about visiting Nikki's channel. What I will say is I want to give my copy away to anybody that is interested. So let's just do like a giveaway. Put in an emoji, stupidest emoji you can find, whatever. I don't care. Then I will know that you are interested in being added to the possibility of winning this book. And I will ship it for free. It will be a used copy. It will be a loved copy. It will be a copy with Nikki's signature in it. So hopefully Nikki doesn't get upset that I'm sending this to somebody else, but I just want somebody else to enjoy this. And if you don't win and you are interested in, you can always purchase it. And everything that she receives actually goes to a charity. And I believe she's doing, sending all of her proceeds, all of her profits to the show Chosen to allow it to continue for the next season or so. So that is it. I think I've got everything in there. Nikki, I really enjoyed your book. I've run a little longer than I wanted to do on this video, but hey, it's worth it. So yeah, if you're interested, get a hold of Nikki, everybody. I appreciate everybody who made it this far, and I will talk at y'all later. Bye.